I was 27 when I first met Monty Roberts in demonstration in the UK, and as destiny had it, I found myself coming up to Flaggers Up Farms in California. Every path led to Flaggers Up Farms. It's like I couldn't miss my destiny. I left my horses, my husband a great career, and found myself here actually in paradise. So quite an extraordinary experience. This is the place that I called home for close to 6 years. My whole journey from where it began to where it ended was here at Flaggers Up Farms at Monty Roberts. That now is close to 20 years ago. It's a long time ago. But when I came here with nothing more than a suitcase in hand, things have changed somewhat. But a little British girl has made it, and she comes back as the horse whisperer, all the way back from where it truly began.
You've probably all seen the movie The Horse Whisperer with Robert Redford. Well, today we have another horse whisperer with us, a true horse whisperer, Anna Twinney. What made you know that you were a horse whisperer, Anna?
I have a lot of compassion, so I enjoy reading people and reading horses and combining the two. It has tremendous healing powers for people, and so I like to put them together and help the horses and help the humans. There's a language. If you learn what they're talking, what they're saying non-verbally, you understand that they're gentle creatures. They don't come with the fight. They don't come with trying to not do something. They're on your side. And if they can walk out knowing that these guys are on their side, and if we treat them with trust and respect, they will repay that unlimited ways and priceless ways. That's what I wanted them to come away with. I think the methods for everybody, it doesn't matter if you're a child, you can be around the 7 mark all the way through to your 90s. It doesn't matter if you've got no experience at all or decades of experience. Everybody learns. And I've also found that it honestly doesn't matter. You're coming in from a whole new perspective. The new perspective meaning there's more to this than body language. There's others teaching body language too. But the intricacies of this, to realize that everybody has a unique personality, let's approach them not to create a cookie cutter system, not to say, oh, here you are, come into my way, but instead to say, who are you? I see you, and I'm going to meet you halfway. That's what makes it different. When we look at the language there, not everybody has to believe every aspect of it. So there's a telepathic component, but everybody knows that an athlete trains. Everybody knows that you've got to plan something to be effective or have the correct intention. That applies to everybody across the board. So you don't have to believe in animal communication or telepathy to realize that intention is important. You don't have to look at Reiki energy healing or healing for horses to know that your energy is important. That if you're unsure, unclear, concerned, worried, not congruent, the horses will pick that up.
Thanks for watching AM Northwest. Our next guest's mission is to change the way the human world sees horses and really all animal companions, and to give a voice to the voiceless. Here to share what makes her philosophy unique, we welcome the founder of Reach Out to Horses, equine behaviorist and animal communicator, Anna Twinney. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
I want to bow to you. Like, you have a way with horses like no one I have ever seen. And you've been all over the world. Who knew little things like this?
Weight distribution even.
I was flabbergasted by that. I was like, what? Just a little shift. It was so small.
You know, and it would be like me closing the gap and you feeling a little bit uncomfortable. So if I came a bit too close and we don't know each other, we'd notice the shift and we'd release on the shift. When you're looking in their culture, they'd drop the eyes when they look at each other.
I'm guessing this translates to humans and maybe even to other animals.
All animals. The culture's slightly different with dogs because they're predatorial, for sure. Cats would be slightly different, but absolutely body language translates. And with people, for sure. I was fortunate. The other week I was working with troubled teens, and occasionally, and this week I've got a veteran in, and it's helping him reconnect with his heart. does bring tears to my eyes. He said his heart's really guarded, and by working with the foal, the layers come down.
Oh, you are teary-eyed. Oh, you are magical. And your new book out, you edited this book, but it's great stories about people learning from you how to tame wild horses.
And I've tamed over 500 wild horses.
Wow.
I've been fortunate to actually handle some of the most famous wild horses in the United States. My own wild horse is Spanish, is Excalibur, and this is the next generation. So it's my next generation as a horse whisperer with my students, but it's also the next generation horse whispering, coming away from tradition into kindness.
Okay, well, I'm going to have a link to all of Anna's information on our website,
Thank you so much.
KATU.com. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Suffice to say, if you look at the journey I've done since here, I'm working at Mustang sanctuaries, and I've been pretty much on tons of continents. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, Europe, obviously North America, Canada. I've been to Central America, China, Mongolia, Morocco, South Africa. And as a direct result of learning to become a horse whisperer, but also taking it further, and for me it was about the evolution of the horse whispering with the energy healing and the telepathy. So although I understand when things come to an end, destiny had other plans, and I wouldn't be traveling the globe as a horse whisperer and animal communicator had I stayed here.